The patch notes are here, plus some extra stuff, which you already see in like the thumbnail and the title, but we'll talk about that later. First things first, we're skipping over Elvira. We already know what she does. We have weeks 4, 5, and 6 for the summer minigame, and this is, I mean, the story stuff, we'll get a bit more free things. We do get the last, like, arts, which is going to be Setsuka, Arceti, My Heart's Armia, Title of Elvira, Vivian, and Tamarin. This is specifically the Giga Whale Tamarin skin, and you can see some previews for the arts over here. So, nice little things for you people to pick up. And then balance adjustments, most of this doesn't really matter. We're gonna, I mean, we already know about it, rather, we're gonna skip over it for now. Ancient Inheritance Season 17. Not too much to say about this, it's the same thing as always, doesn't seem like they've really changed it. And we have crit set plus speed set, crit set being the sword and the necklace, and then speed set as the armor, boots, ring, and helmet. And we'll see what the stats are later, hopefully they are good. Looking at just some of the other stuff, Mana Stone, Mon-Gem, Second Chest, yeah, same thing as usual. So we have 2 new EEs. They did go double balance patches this time. Usually it's 1 balance patch, 1 not balance patch. LQC, she gets damage reduction increased by 10% on her S2, and then Faithless Litica gets dual attack on her S1. Speed for Faithless Litica, attack for LQC. So let's talk about this real quick. We're going to jump over to the balance section. First, let's talk about LQC because she was first. So her S2 isn't mentioned here. We're going to go over to here, go over to LQC. So only her, like, her S2 didn't get changed. So we're going to look at it here. She's immune to debuffs which prevent movement. After an ally's attack, gives 15% damage reduction, and after an ally attack, or after every attack suffered, or not 15, this should be 20. 20% damage reduction. After every attack suffered by the ally, she gets 10% CR. So this is like the passive that just makes her kind of like a more bruiser unit. It doesn't make her a DPS at all, really, because its damage reduction for the team is 20%, going to be 30%. 30% is honestly really, really high. Like, I think that is, like, pretty insane. And then she gets CR after everybody, you know, gets hit. The balance changes make it so that she auto-crits, so she's a lot easier to gear now. You can either go, like, super, super high damage, or just change all of that crit into bulk, or maybe speed. Her S3 got its base damage increased, and then damage against dark units decreased, so it's a bit less, like, it does more damage against, like, things in general instead of just dark units. And she has the increased hit chance by 100% on Soulburn, only on Soulburn. So she's kind of like, this buffs, the EE buffs her team protection aspect a lot more rather than her self, you know, damage thing, which, if you're trying to use her just as like a nuker, the EE doesn't do anything for her, it's just a attack. But maybe she'll have like better like potential for like bruisery stuff. I do think even if you're playing like aggro, the 30% damage reduction is still pretty good because like she'll just make your units survive a bit longer. But we'll see how the EE goes. She kind of has an issue of needing 10 souls plus needing attack buff. Maybe with the base damage increase, you'll kill things like, and also Thorn of Blue Rose, you'll kill things without attack buff anyways. That's something we'll have to see. So for Faithless Litica, she got dual attack on her S1, which her S1 Death Breaks now. So Death Break into dual attack is nice. It is random dual attack, but if you pull the right unit, it can still be super, super strong. I think it's pretty good. The only thing is, some people were hoping that she would get the turn 1 stealth on the E, which would be kind of broken, because that would let her skip Guiding Light and go for another Ranger artifact. Like, what if Litica pressed S2, dispelled 2 debuffs, inflicted laceration, and death broke you? So, maybe better she didn't do that. But I do think the dual attack AE is still really, really strong. You just have to go Guiding Light, which is, like, not the end of the world. And her S3 gives her stealth, so it does mitigate some of the issues with Guiding Light, which is insane RNG on whether or not you get stealthed after turn 1, which is very, very nice. And the Faith Gates pack is back, for people who don't want to do Hall Trials. Astrum Pass, nobody cares. Going down more, World Arena Tournament update. This is like a weekly thing? Yeah, every Saturday and Sunday at specified times. I don't know like how long this is going on, but there's like 3 times a day that you can do this. A round of 16 split into 4 groups. After matching registration, you move to the waiting room. There's a 15-minute timer for each match. Best of 1. You can spectate matches and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I kind of thought this was going to be like the E7WC build-up at first, but I think E7WC might be a little bit later this year because E7 Masters was pretty late in the year, like relatively late. It was like, what, March? April? So E7WC being super early might be weird. Maybe they'll push it after Annie, because last year they filled the time slot after Anniversary with Freerin. This year maybe they just do it with E7WC. And then I have something else to say. Oh, they add the event, World Arena Tournament serving this letter of recommendation event. You get a reset stone if you win a round, and then a little emote if you just participate once. And then here you have a repeat for gaining the... It's just charms. It's just a bunch of greater charms. Repeat, surely not infinite. I guess you're kind of like limited to how many times you can participate anyways, but a bunch of charms, you probably just try to win a round and then just forfeit all of your other stuff. Maybe, I wonder if you get like a charm per round that you land in. Whatever. It's just some stuff. The emote and the reset stone is the main thing. Seasonal battle content. Let's see what's coming up. Strategic Archive. Okay, whatever. Hall Trials. Obviously, Euphane again. We'll see if it's Ludwig still, because last time they did Ken into Estelle. This time, maybe we get something like Ludwig into... Probably not Abe, because Abe is going away. Or Abe is a week late, rather. But maybe they'll do a random unit like they did last time. I actually kind of enjoyed having to do 2 different, like, setups. It was pretty chill. And an Expedition, thank God. I was really worried they were going to delay this, because Trial of the Constellation was also a contender to come back with the season ending, but I guess they're pushing that back one more rotation. Expedition means we can get mod gems and gold from posters. Yippee! And yeah. Mystic Summon lineup, Tuttle Roof Delviera, Wanderer, Silk. And your first 30 summons are discounted, so make sure to do this. So Powder of Knowledge item list rotation. We have Golden Rose, Ancient Dragon's Legacy, Dark Bloodkeeper, and Proof of Love. No one cares about the 4 stars. So notably, we have 3 newcomers on this list, which is pretty sick. This is before the newest one. Golden Rose, Dark Bloodkeeper, we skipped over Kane, and then Proof of Love, we skipped over Wukong, and Renewed Will. Only useful artifact that we skipped over is Renewed Will. People are probably waiting for this to hit shop. We have some pretty nice stuff coming up too. Thorn of a Blue Rose coming right after. I think like these are like 2 insanely good artifacts. This one's kind of a more fun artifact. I will definitely be maxing this out when it hits shop, just to have it maxed out. And like there's like pretty good artifacts. Like these are way down the line though. I think the big one people are waiting for is Renewed Will, but oops, they did jump ahead by quite a decent bit. Fene was she that long ago? Wow, Fene was a long time ago. That was like 1.5 years. Christ. Okay, let's not think about that. But all of these artifacts are... Golden Rose is like, in theory, a good warrior, like bruiser artifact, but like nobody uses it. It's just, no one uses it. You can pick up like a hobby if you want, just to have like the option, but it's really just not that good anymore. Dark Bloodkeeper, it does need plus 30. Plus 30 for what? Nobody really knows. So, other improvements. Oh, right, we should talk about the coin shop thing. So, my good friend Billy told me that we have a new coin shop rotation. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So, my good friend Billy says we have Basar, Ravi, and Bologna as the cup coins. It doesn't matter. You can pick up a Lone Crescent Bologna imprint if you want. And then for your ML5s, we have Bazooka. This is the big one. And then Blast Rider, Cross, or whatever. So Bazooka, insanely OP, especially given how bad this rotation is. Navy Captain Landy, Sylvain Sage Vivian, and Remnant Violet, garbage. Bazooka by herself, even then, is like better than just like a lot of ML5s. She is super, super strong. Upcoming ones, we have Arya, Witch of Mirror Tenebria, Lady of the Scales, Nurse Yoha, Diane, Monarch of the Sword, Saria, Nodo, Solobe, whatever. The next like super one, like that's on like Bazooka tier / better, is really just Scales Yoha, is like the big ones. I think Bazooka you probably want over these 2, so if you don't have her, just pick her up. Like, it's going to be worth your time to pick it up. Just grab her. Not too much to say about it. And then let's just take a look at the Cov ones, because I'm kind of curious. Who hasn't appeared yet? Wow, this doesn't matter. We have infinite selectors anyways, man. Like the Cov coin new unit rotation just does not matter. But Blossaruka imprint coming up soon, maybe. Let's go back to the notes. So here we have other adjustment improvements. Warfare rules. Increases damage dealt by soul run skills by 15%. More heal and barrier. Decrease evasion could be fun. You can't get such good that game and you could just cleave people. Increase F-res. These kind of seem like kind of annoying. This is just gonna make you take way more damage. This is gonna make the match like 500 turns. Increase F-res is going to prevent you from picking certain units, and you can debuff stack, I guess. Or not debuff stack, you can like F-res stack a bit easier. Will be like ML Aria is going to be really, really nice with this. Newly added heroes for Draft Arena. Okay, I don't care about Draft Arena. Guild War, a replay feature that lets you can watch a Guild War battle after it ends. This is something that people have been waiting for. And you can share the replay in your guild chat. This is really, really nice. You can examine the match, and it helps a lot with scouting. So guild waiting period improvements. If you are under rank 50, there's no waiting period provided that when leaving or being removed from your first guild, or 7 days after your second guild. So this makes it a lot easier for you to hop guilds. You can join like your first guild immediately if you haven't found a good guild yet. Get some like stuff for your missions, whatever, and then you can leave it immediately and go join a better guild. And then after 7 days, if you're like looking to go to an even better guild, then you can do that. I think 7 days is kind of long. After 7 days, you're going to pass rank 50. But after you pass rank 50, the 24-hour waiting period is the same, or if you leave your second guild within 7 days. So the main thing is just your first guild is kind of nice. You can just enter, spend some Brave Crests, get your stuff, and then get out. And then shop, whatever. Range equipment feature. I think it's what it's shown like in the video, but it's that useful. And then Path of Orbis, or Orbis Path of Air, Orbis Guide Path of Air. Some stuff. Oh, this one is really nice. The send aid to your fellow guild members is getting reduced because this one can be kind of annoying, especially if you're in like an optimized guild. Your limit is 6 a day, so this makes it 2 days basically. 30 Brave Crests. That is really, really nice. You barely have to give up anything for this now. Wow, they've changed 500 Unknown to just clear all stage missions, or for Dear Mentor. That's the what is it called? The preview introduction side story. That is really simple. This is a lot less farming. 200 greater runes down to 100. Fantastic. To minimize confusion when unlocking early content, timing for Moonlight's Blessing will be adjusted. They put it after. I don't know why that matters. And then they moved Moonlight's Blessing into under recruit. I guess they'll guide you there initially, so that's probably not a huge deal. And then yada 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 yada. Okay, that's pretty much it for the patch. Let's talk about some other stuff, which is kind of not good. The Golden Scale of Blends event is back. We have a Cosmonium, but this also means that the majority of the Cosmonium that we've gotten has been pay to play. Like, I think we have 2 free ones and then 3 in shops at this point. I think we had like 2 scales and 1 from RNL, which is like not fantastic. It would be nice if we get some more free ones. We probably get more free ones during the anniversary, right? Surely. But with how strong Cosmonium is, like, I don't care about mana control. Cosmonium is more useful. Like, Cosmonium is what makes mana control insane to me. So it would be nice if we get more Cosmoniums. And then, well, this means there's going to be more packs. So let's take a look at the packs. A lot of Mystics. PC summon pack 30 like Cov summons plus 10 Cov bookmarks. This is like kind of whatever. Covenant packs are kind of whatever. Mystic summon value packs. This is probably pretty similar to the current ones. I'm looking to see if there's any leaf packs. It doesn't look like we have any like insane leaf packs like we do currently with the Otherworldly Hunt pack. But just a bunch of Mystics basically for ML Elvira's release, and I'll probably take a look at how what the efficiency on these is. The bonus this time for like buying everything, or I guess the special pack. Really, the special pack, not the premium pack. But nothing super insane, just like a +9 gear. Weakening, do you think this is starting like 17 speed? That'd be kind of funny. And then this is the chesting, which we already kind of know. Lastly, little web event, which is just going to give us daily 3 leaves, so this will help out with Epic or Lucky Dash, you know. And then we have this thing, which is I saved all my leaves for Expedition, so I will be getting a ton of, I guess, just random charms. Not bad. But that is it for everything on the update, and good luck with your ML Elvira and Abe pulls. Or Ob, I guess is her name.